What? So hard? Hey everyone, I'm Garrison and welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be checking out ONEUS' new song here called "덤벼," also known as "Bring It On." Now, I'm really interested to just see and hear what is up by ONEUS themselves. I mean, with each and every era and release, I always seem to be surprised by their title tracks, switching up in concept as always, of course. But in terms of genre, it's just so fascinating to hear them either utilize traditional instruments or elements in their songs, or take the more so modern approach with it. But the last time I checked them out was quite some time ago. Not gonna lie, I should have checked them out when they released their song with ONEUS called "Stay." So keep in mind, I'm gonna check that out as soon as possible this month, because prior to the release of that song, I told you guys in a ONEUS video that I really would love to hear and see a new song by ONEUS and ONEUS together all on one track. And I know that ONEUS, right, has a comeback approaching near in the future of this month. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but aside from that, guys, let's just get into the music video now. Alright guys, so I brought it up here. 덤벼, Bring It On by ONEUS. I got the English captions on and all. Let's go. Oh, at the carnival or circus of some sort. Oh, Ito, right away. Oh, hey. Oh, that actor reference there. Now with Hwang-eun with this acoustic guitar. Okay, I'm really curious where this is headed though, based off of the start. Oh, with this woodwind instrument, some sort of flute in the back, snare. Oh, wow. Love the vocal work in this. Oh, even a saxophone? Like some sort of saxophone or brass instrument. I'm leaning towards saxophone. What? So hard? In the Robin. Hey. I see what he did there. Very clever with the lyrics in this song so far. There's that woodwind instrument, that flute again. The snare drums. Woo. The chorus, guys, is just so bombastic and explosive in this. It's everything. Whoa. What is this bridge? Oh, okay. A lot of stomping and clapping here. Man, the energy in this, you just can't help but just like jam along to this. But everything in this was so unexpected, unpredictable. There's no way I would have predicted this, like, at all. Oh, not done yet. Okay, and then continuing into something next there. Dumbyo, bring it on. There's a lot to take in, admittedly, especially kicking it off with Ito at the start and him just bringing out the whole package. As some of you may know, Ito do be the bias and all. First things first, where do I begin with this? There are a lot of pluses for sure, and things that are not so pluses or minuses in the song, just a big surprise to me. Also, there are a bit of drawbacks. Maybe I should talk about a little bit of the drawbacks and then talk a lot of the rest about the positives and the other things that I've noticed in this song, Dumbyo, Bring It On. First things first, drawbacks, pretty much only how it kicks off. As much as I love Ito, I think the verse 1 by Ito and the rap and all is gonna have to grow on me with more listens, right? Because in the early sections of this song, I felt like this song was like 8 out of 10. I was still feeling it, and then as it progressed, and by the time it finished, I really felt like this song was an 8.5 out of 10. Now, with that being said, it's just really due to the overall arrangement and approach to this song as a whole. It really, is it just me? It feels like it's like a continuation of No Diggity. I remember that song, especially. It reminded me that, especially the saxophone in this, and how very upfront and straightforward to the point and in your face that song is. It could work as like a No Diggity 2.0. Oh, now, what's stopping me? I don't want to say again a No Diggity 2.0. Because I think moving on to the positive side, I really love how we sort of get a best of both worlds from ONEUS. Remember at the beginning of this video, I was talking about how I loved how they messed with instrumentation, whether it's modern or traditional instruments and elements, one or the other, or combining them together throughout their title tracks. Dumbyo Bring It On has a good amount of that. It's like a best of both worlds, a slice of life per se. It's, how do I put this in the best way? It's super chaotic in the most sensical kind of way. Because number one, the arrangement is unlike anything I've heard in a title track specifically. I've heard arrangement-wise in a B-side before, but in a title track, no way. Especially putting rap at the beginning with Ito. Now, with that being said, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the rap at the beginning, because I feel like at times it can be really risky to do that for any artist to do that, I really loved Ito's approach and that reference. I'm gonna have to go back to the guy's name to recollect what movie or show that actor he was referencing. If it was an actor, please confirm that. I really loved his rap lines there, And then we approached Hwangeun. Until Hwangeun, we had that acoustic guitar, and then later on, way later on, that verse 2, there's no way I would have believed you prior to this if you told me So ended up rapping in this. He turned it up with the auto-tune, spit bars there, and then followed up with Labin, who referenced himself, and then there was this whole edit of on IG or like some social media thing going on live stream, which was very clever. Now, speaking of clever, even more positives in this is Dumbyo Bring It On. The way that they integrated Dumbyo Bring It On right from the get-go, right? And in the pre-chorus, and in the chorus, and in the rest of the song so many times. It's like anything I've ever seen before. That was really clever and creative with it, I've got to admit, right? I love how it's sort of connecting the dots that are all over the place. That's why I'm saying it's so chaotic in the most sensical kind of way. There are also other instruments I'm going to have to talk about once we get into the second listen of Course. What I also dig was the styling that I'm going to have to point out. So yeah, all in all, even though it feels like a continuation, no diggity, it really gives me what I like, bits and pieces of what I like and love about ONEUS across their releases, and I'm sure by the time I see the live performance, I'm gonna love this song even more, right? It's just that it's hard for me at the moment, because mind you, it's first listen, to see this grow into a 9 out of 10. It's just due to taste-wise, number one, number two, longevity. I had the problem with No Diggity. As much as I really loved No Diggity in my initial reaction and such for that release, how upfront, loud with it, and really in your face that song was, it was difficult for me to keep that song over time on a repeat. But it was definitely a song that I could see, that I saw myself going back towards. If I'm feeling something loud and bombastic, I'm headed towards No Diggity, because as some of you may know, I did play the saxophone, the tenor sax in the past, and I appreciate when songs have saxophone in them. Speaking of saxophone, I almost forgot to talk about the saxophone in this song. I really love how they integrated the saxophone as well. I'll talk about it more when we get back into the second listen, so let's just do that right now. Right here. Yeah. Dumbyo, bring it on. I guess this makes sense too, you know, the whole like carnival get up, circus get up, and the chaoticness that's seen throughout this music video. But come on, you can't attack us right away right here. Ito, it almost looks like a bath suit, a bathrobe, but it's probably a jacket, like this sort of tiger, a white tiger jacket, and him. Really love his lock necklace, his chain lock necklace here, but woof. Lot to take in, right? Not only musically, but visually. So obviously there's a lot of trap percussion done, especially in the rap lines in the song. Bit of like that pots and pans, like the tapping, some sort of percussion instrument in the back there ever so slightly during his moment here. Dig the bass. But then maybe, like, at the start here, upon second listen, like that guzheng, that's traditional string instrument that I mentioned in the past before, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sort of getting bits and pieces of ONEUS, of what they've done in the past, you feel me? And I dig how they've integrated that all in one song. Now, this is where we first get the slight blow of that woodwind instrument, but more prominently in the up front and center here is that acoustic guitar with ONEUS here, which I dig. Another instrument that we've heard a lot by ONEUS in their songs. And then it's more prominent here, that woodwind instrument or flute in the back here. And then it cuts out. And then they bring it back, yeah, here. And the snare drums. On. Yeah. That ad-lib, bring it on. Love the addition. It adds so much to the song, but I love how these horns are not too aggressive with it. We've heard many songs in the past before, not specifically by ONEUS, but in the industry by other artists and groups, being very over the top with it, sometimes it being the driving factor, sometimes it being unnecessary for those horns being very aggressive with it. But I just love how there's these overlay of the horns to add emphasis on their lines here. Bring it. See? Very clever with it. Which adds a lot of like this sing-alongable factor. And then Soho here with the rap for turning up the auto-tune. I really dig this, his approach here, very drastic with it. And I think that's the huge thing, you know. It's very contrasting compared to everything else, pre-chorus and chorus, with the verse 1 and verse 2 being like this. And I think it could be why, like, how this may not be everyone's cup of tea. I really stand a little bit more farther away from in the middle, like I said, 8.5, but I really dig it here. His approach, which I mean, not necessarily flow, but the approach, how he kicks it off here, how he starts it off, and how it's brought in with auto-tune with him here. Hey. And then love in here, I really digged the amplifying of the electric guitar here. See, it's not there, and then referencing himself, gets it all. Hashtag come at me, bring it on. And okay, I'm just noticing the chat here, the live chat here with the usernames. ONEUS the best, of course. Sort of this like wild style. There's the horns again. Now it's coming up the parts where I need to like really listen into. Okay. So what I'm getting here, right? There's something's up with the quality, but there's it's hard to say. There's this refrain here. The dun 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 dun, which, by the way, are these very dramatic, intense strings that are done throughout this song. Dun dun. Then we hit like this spectacular bridge that I need to listen to a lot. Okay, so what I'm hearing here is the slight playing of the guitar in the back with some digital elements. Yeah. I clench my teeth and become stronger. And then, I'll just say more and more, and then the climax of it, and then the knockdown. I think this was so cool and unpredictable for sure. And this... And that was a sick interlude right there. The knockdown, just when you thought, you know, it was end of the bridge, and then we're going back to, like, sections that we've heard before, right? They just hit us with this interlude. It's so cool. And I think that's a huge thing right here. Not everyone's gonna like this. Not everyone's gonna like this. The amplifying of the guitar. I mean, mind you, I feel like sometimes the guitar is way too much for me. Sometimes the guitar is just right for me. I'm talking about that electric guitar, not about the acoustic guitar. And it goes to show you, there's a lot of instruments and elements done in this. That's why I was emphasizing that a lot earlier on in this review, guys. Do-do-do-do-do. That's saxophone. I can't even imagine how this song goes in terms of their live performance of it. Seeing like the choreo in full. Because I'm pretty sure we can all agree that ONEUS knows how to throw on a performance at the end of the day. That's beyond their live stages. Also within their music videos as well. They're one of the few groups that, with every era, I need to check out their live stages. Hands down. Seriously, guys. Wow. Okay, Dumbyo, bring it on. I still feel like I'm there at an 8.5 longevity wise, and in terms of bias and taste. Bias in terms of the taste, not in terms of, like, liking the group. I want to keep that straight with you guys. And it goes to show me that I need to get into more of ONEUS. I keep saying it over and over again, but now that I have more time now, it's time. It is time, and especially one week. I think they're approaching in a couple days. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but let me know your thoughts, guys, about ONEUS's newest song here, Dumbyo, Bring It On. Like I said, very clever. Very clever. Actually, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it was that I was talking about the actor, Ito. Hwang Jung-min, yeah, Hwang Jung-min. If I recall correctly, I watched that one. It was a movie called The Wailing. He's done a lot of stuff in the past before, and he's still doing it today in terms of acting. Gotta give it to him. And then, yeah, just the creativity of that reference of that, and then the hashtag, right? The hashtag. but okay, after the fact of that rap by Soho into Labin with the hashtag of himself and all, and the way that they put in Dumbyo Bring It On, and the arrangement of this too. Usually you don't get these types of arrangements in title tracks, which I appreciate a lot. You know, doing things different out here. Gotta give it to ONEUS. At the end of the day, you can't predict what they're gonna come through with. They're like a wild card in the best way possible, in a good way and all. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, about ONEUS and their new song here. I am definitely looking forward to the live stage. Can't emphasize that enough. But be sure to like, share, maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much. And just warms my heart connecting with y'all about ONEUS. And stay tuned for more ONEUS and ONEWE on the channel here. Definitely is gonna be a whole layout of videos this month after my vacation break that I just had. And yeah, I do apologize for all the late uploads and stuff like that. I'm trying my best amidst my scheduling and stuff like that and life things. But take care as always. Have a great day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, wherever you are. This has been Garrison as always though, and peace.